This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button and that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. YTF WAVY is back straight out of Philly with his new song, Takeoff. Video link below, social media below. Check it out now.
I jump right in the whip and I take off. All of this gon' pay off. You the type to ride the bench. I'm the type to make the playoffs.
We got Fat Joe telling a story of Jay-Z on All the Way Up and how he wouldn't get on the song if Drake was on it. Now, these guys are friends, okay? It's a friendly competition between Drake and Jay-Z, which probably inspires them to do better, okay? Fat Joe and Jay-Z have had their issues, and it all started from the Rucker Games. That was a legendary thing in Harlem where you had your teams and they went against each other, and, you know, it got very competitive. Jay-Z actually talked about Fat Joe on a record detailing the Rucker Games. They had their own teams going against each other. And Fat Joe said, I knew it was a big problem with Jay-Z when we got in an elevator in MSG and we didn't speak to each other. And we usually say what up to each other. He wouldn't speak to me. So I knew it was real. But later, 10 years down the road, I wanted to get him on All the Way Up Remix. This is the record that brought Remy Ma back, if you don't remember. Like, Remy Ma had been out of jail, and she needed a hit record, and this was it. This is the record that brought her back to life, okay? And Fat Joe chose to get Jay-Z on it. He also wanted to get Drake on it, but Jay-Z didn't want Drake on it because of the friendly competition they have. He didn't want, first of all, he said, we got to be on this. This is how he sold it to Fat Joe. He said, we got to be on the solo. It's us getting cool again. It's important that we do this solo. But really, it was all about the competition because Drake was coming for Jay-Z's spot. Now, Jay-Z's super legendary status, so it couldn't really dethrone him or anything. But, you know, Jay-Z has that competitive edge in him. You know, it started off in 2010. They were friends, you know. Jay-Z and Drake got on off that. Jay-Z gives Drake, this is just a timeline. Jay-Z gives Drake advice on Light It Up. That's off the Thank Me Later. And then it goes on, Drake has Lil Wayne's back on It's Good, because this is the cut where just like Lil Wayne and Jay-Z had a little spat. Because I think it was on Ham or something. He took a shot on Ham. He said, I'm really like half a Billy. You got baby money. Keep it real. You ain't got my lady's money. Now, this comes from Birdman saying that Lil Wayne is richer than Jay-Z, which looks crazy right now, right? But back then, it was disputable. You know, you could think, you know, and, you know, Jay-Z did many interviews saying, like, I'm really rich, really, really rich. So, you know, Lil Wayne responded, talked about baby money. I got your baby money. And then he talked about kidnapping his girl and all that stuff. And I was like, yo, crazy. So obviously that created some more friction between Jay-Z and Drake. And then, you know, went on to Drake felt that, you know, Jay-Z and Kanye doing an album was kind of like taking, you know, Drake had been talking about doing an album with Lil Wayne, like, you know, Best of Both Worlds or something, and they didn't like that. Then they started, you know, mocking each other. You know, Drake would talk about trendy art shout outs and everything. You're removed, you know, taking a shot at like Picasso Baby and all that. And then Drake on Jay Electronica's We Made It, he calls him Miss Drizzy. And he says, silly me rapping about stuff I really bought, while these rappers rap about weapons they never shot and a bunch of other silly stuff they don't have. And he kept on. And then Drake makes Draft A going at Jay-Z. I'm focused on making records and getting bigger. Just hits, no misses. That's for the married folk. Then he says, I think I'm on my 8th flow. Just watch me paint flow. We all do it for the art. I could never get 8 though. And, you know, it just keeps going back and forth. But, you know, Drake declares himself the new Jay-Z on Summer 16. And then Jay-Z gives Drake half a bar on Pop Style. You know, it just goes on and on and on. You know, they just keep sneak dissing each other. But recently, Jay-Z was just on Drake's album. And it is what it is. You know, these guys are friends, but competitive. I thought that was an interesting story, though, that Jay-Z blocks people like that. Like, that's a block move, you know, and I don't respect moves like that. That's kind of like blackballing somebody. Kind of weird, spooky move to do to somebody. But that's the kind of person Jay-Z is. As Dame Dash would say, you can't trust Jay-Z. You can't turn your back on him. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys. YTF WAVY is back straight out of Philly with his new song, Takeoff. Video link below, social media below. Check it out now.
I jump right in the whip and I take off. All of this gon' pay off. You the type to ride the bench. I'm the type to make the playoffs.